Hi Kenzi, how are you today?
Good. Good seeing you.
Good, great. So, can we start with yourself first? Can you mention a little bit about yourself for our audience, about your background and how you get into blockchain and cryptocurrency world?
Got it. So prior to blockchain, I was an entrepreneur, founder, and CEO of a venture-backed company in the digital marketing space. And then I became a venture capitalist. And then after that, because of some initial investment that I've done earlier on, actually started doing crypto investments about 2013. So I segued into doing more token investments from VC investments about a year and a half ago. So since then, I've been involved with a couple of crypto funds as well. And from then, I was introduced and brought into HBUS. So that's kind of my journey.
Great. And what about your education background?
Totally. So my educational background is mathematics at Columbia, and also I studied MBA at Wharton, which is a part of University of Pennsylvania.
Great. So, and what's your role right now with HBUS?
So right now I'm the general manager of operations at HBUS.
Yeah. Okay. So, for our audience, can you a little bit describe HBUS, how it will differentiate between the other exchanges in US?
So HBUS, we really focus on a few things that big differentiation between us and other US exchanges. For example, safety. So we pride ourselves with state-of-the-art security technology that through a partnership with our strategic partner Huobi, that it's very advanced technology that protects us from being hacked. So the number one issue in crypto right now is hacking. Just last year alone, there are close to $1 billion hacked. So that's a big issue. And we pride ourselves at HBUS to have the type of technology and security to protect our customers from having to worry about getting hacked.
What are the main problems right now with the exchanges having?
So the main problem with exchanges right now, like I said, number one is security. So when you put your asset, hard-earned money onto a digital wallet on the into exchanges, you must have peace of mind that it's safe somewhere and it's not going to be stolen and it's not going to be hacked in one way or another. And secondly, I think a lot of it is ease of use. There are other exchanges on the market that still has a very outdated interface. So at HBUS here, we pride ourselves on ease of use as well. So we have a full team of product and engineers here in San Francisco to work on UI, UX, and to make sure that it's entirely user-friendly. And we also have a 24/7 customer service. So in case you have issues with the ease of use, interactions with our site, as well as depositing, withdrawing, as well as any security concerns, we offer 24/7 customer service, which is also a big differentiation here at HBUS as well.
Great, because I have asked to my followers about what is the biggest issues with the cryptocurrency world, and customer support was number one, number two, one of them, and also security, and the other thing was service fees. So what about service fees with HBUS?
Absolutely. So you hit it on the nail. Security and 24/7 customer service, these two are something that we pride ourselves with. In terms of trading fees, we are also very competitive. So for the first month, it's entirely free. And
great.
It's completely free, so definitely check it out. Entirely free. And we also have promotions right now that allows you to earn even trading fees, negative trading fees, as you as you trade with us, you can even earn fees as well. That's going to come up next week. I'm giving you a preview on that. And after a month, our trading fees would be very competitive, to the industry standards. So we also have a lot of promotions that's given out to people that join us early on. So we ran a Btc Giveaway campaign for the first week or so, where the first 1,000 registrants will be able to get up to 0.1 BTC for registration.
Is it still, can they get it? Or
I believe that's already passed.
Yeah.
They have very quickly. So
actually, I have registered for it.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I did it.
So you
I'm good
qualified.
Yeah.
Right. So we quickly blew through the 1,000 registration. But like I said, we are coming up with more promotions.
Yes.
Next week we're launching a negative fee trading promotion. Whereas instead of having to pay or no transaction fees, you actually get paid transaction fees when you trade with us. So we're very excited about that.
So when we look into cryptocurrency world right now, it has gone so much down. And what do you think will be the future?
The crypto space in general?
Yes.
So the crypto space in general is rapidly evolving. And currently we're at about $250 billion in market cap. And I, personally believe, I'm a long-term, believer in the space. I believe the space will quickly go, into $1 trillion size. I think blockchain in general is injecting a ton of innovation into technology in general. So it will for sure be a bright future, as we move into more and more technology innovation in the blockchain space. So long-term wise, it's going to get bigger and bigger for sure.
Yes. So, and the other question. So HBUS or some others are mostly centralized exchanges. And some people prefer decentralized exchanges. What's the benefits or side effects of centralized and decentralized exchanges?
I think there are a few pros and cons, and decentralized exchanges are new innovations in the space where it bypasses some regulatory concerns, and it gives a more flexibility in some senses. But the issue is right now decentralized exchanges don't have enough liquidity.
Oh yeah.
And for users, one of the most important things is liquidity, is volume and liquidity. You want to be able to get that,
Yes.
and currently still centralized exchanges offer better liquidity, better security, as well as better support. All of those we just mentioned just now.
Sure.
You don't see decentralized exchange offer 24/7 customer service.
Sure.
You also don't know if they're entirely secure because it's not run by anyone.
Sure.
And at the same time, you cannot get liquidity as easily because the volume generally is a fraction of what centralized exchanges offer right now. So all of those things are things that are improving. We're seeing now some of the biggest centralized exchanges also going to the decentralized space.
Yes.
So we're seeing the space is generally welcoming the concept of decentralized exchange, but just at the present moment wise, it's not as user friendly. It's not as practical, and useful.
So with my experience, actually, when doing some business, I prefer going through centralized exchanges because it will be more safe. It seems to be more safe for me, and the support and security and liquidity is important. But sometimes if I'm doing it personally, I might prefer doing it in a decentralized. this totally, I think, depends on the people and their concerns and their long-term or short-term investment plans. Exactly. So I actually prefer a little bit decentralized exchanges because it gives me more sense of security and support. But on the other side, some people think that the centralized exchanges actually don't have that much liquidity also. Maybe some of them are selling without having actually. What do you see this problem? How do you see this problem? Or how do you see any problem, something like that, with some exchanges over there?
Yeah, I think in the exchange space, it really follows a power law distribution. There are every day there are new centralized and decentralized exchanges coming up, and I think there's thousands literally right now, and but as you can see, some of them because it's relatively new and doesn't have enough tech support, it's not secure enough. It does not offer the volume or liquidity that you want. So those are the ones that you probably your friends probably talked about. Why there's no liquidity is because they don't have enough backing also. In order to grow an exchange, you need to have a ton of support. You need to have the community backing you. You need to have the technology, as well as you need to have the customer support to make people feel that it's a trustworthy company and brand to deposit your asset into. So and that's why at HBUS we have a very good foundation to solve that problem. We have great security, great customer support, great technology, and UI. So we have the foundation for attracting the level of volume that we're looking for.
Okay, great. And last question: what is the future of HBUS in US market?
So HBUS, we really want to position ourselves as a community exchange and virtual marketplace, because we see that we want us to have the right brand, to have the right support from the community. So and that's why we corralled US users and our customer base by the right type of promotions and the right type of operations that we have. At the same time, we're also very keen on improve our technology.
Sure.
We're coming up with a mobile app very, very soon. We want our customer support to continually get better as we speak. We're listening to the requests from the community on what we can do better to serve them. So as I said, it's very much of a feedback loop that we want to listen to the community and offer it back to the community. And that's why the focus in the US is to brand ourselves and also grow ourselves to be a community virtual currency marketplace.
Yes. Okay. So in that space, I believe a new cryptocurrency exchange in US market will help a lot for investors, because it's always good to have some competition in the market, and new competitions will force the others to make better service, to give better services, because there are lots of people having big problems right now with the US exchanges, and I believe HBUS will make a lot of stuff to deal with these problems with the US-based, San Francisco-based team. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
I appreciate
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you.